Chris and his dad talk about sports.
What is going on, everybody? I'm Chris Daly, founder of the Sports Core and co-host of the Chris and His Dad Show, and we are back for Season 2, Episode 2. And listen, we're on tough ground. You know, your performance last week.
What? I got a few picks wrong. Hey, I'm new at this.
I'm joking around, but you know,
I got a bunch of picks wrong. So it just proves to you how little we actually know.
I mean, got that Giants one, right? I'm feeling kind of good about myself. I had a few hecklers in the crowd, a few people back there, the audience, the live audience saying, the Giants are going to lose. And listen, Daniel Jones, he balled out. And the Panthers, their future is definitely uncertain right now.
Yeah, they didn't exactly beat the Green Bay Packers, but they did beat the Panthers last week. So that was good for the Giants. And we got some, what else happened last week, Chris, that you thought was kind of interesting from last week games? Any upsets that kind of caught your eye? Or
I wouldn't really say an upset, but it was firstly the Falcons versus the Dolphins, because I had the Falcons, but that was a really close game. And Kyle Pitts, who was the new tight end, he was the highest drafted tight end ever. He just continues to perform and show why he's no longer just a top 10 tight end in the NFL. He's a top 3 tight end in the NFL. He's playing amazing, and especially with the recent injuries and these star tight ends such as George Kittle, he's been playing amazing.
How about the Chiefs, though? What about the Kansas City Chiefs? What is going on with them?
I think there's all sorts of problems from ego. The ego's getting to them, and it's getting a bit too big. It's like, winning comes so easy to us. We're so good at winning all of a sudden now.
I don't think that's it. I think what it is people have figured out how to play the Chiefs. The playbook. It's like almost like a really good hitter. He always struggles in the second half of the season. Once pitchers start to see him a little bit. The Chiefs have been around for a while. Their offensive line is really,
it's not good.
Especially in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was really exposed. And now, I
think people have been.
Mahomes is running for his life, and he's starting to make decisions that are, making you scratch your head. But
there's a few decisions, and I'll just say there are a few decisions like his no-look passes that he shouldn't have done. But there's also he has a lot of interceptions this season, but a lot of them have become because of receivers literally dropping the ball. Tyreek Hill, he had the ball in his hands, it bounced out, and it was an interception. And that's not just happened one time. It's happened 3 or 4 times already this season, and his stats look a lot worse because of those receivers not being able to bring that ball in.
Mahomes didn't suddenly become a bad quarterback. What's happening is his team's out of sync, and I just don't think they're playing well.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs are a team that I'm going to stay away from, because last week I had them picked to win, and I was shocked when they lost.
Oh, they also had no rushing game yesterday. And when Patrick Mahomes, who has 35 yards, is your leading rusher, there's there's an issue with the rushing game. And meanwhile, for the Titans did something amazing. They kept the Chiefs away on. They just handed the ball off to Derrick Henry, and they just keep Pat Mahomes off the field. That's the biggest thing, and that's also a key to actually beating the Titans, is keeping Derrick Henry off the field. Yeah. So it goes both hands. But Derrick Henry, to me right now, best player in all football. He had 86 yards last week, which is a bad week for him. And that's a good week for most running backs in the NFL. 86 yards. They would like to get that. But he's been playing amazing this season.
Yeah, and guy's a freaking bulldozer.
In the past 16 games, no running back in NFL history has had more rushing yards in a 16-game span than Derrick Henry in the past 16 games.
Titans are a team to watch because I feel like they're getting momentum. And it's halfway through the season. We're still a little early, but you're going to want to look in the next 4 weeks what teams are starting to get hot, because you got the Packers, who are red hot, but can they keep that going through the whole season into the playoffs? And God knows the Packers have had some pretty disappointing playoff losses in the last 10 years. So we'll see what happens with them. But they're certainly, I would say right now, the hottest team in the NFL.
Yeah, and when you talk about the Titans, too, the thing about the Titans is, if, say, Derrick Henry does have a bad game, which doesn't seem to be happening, he's averaging like 4.5 yards per carry, but if he does have a bad game, then you have A.J. Brown, you have Julio Jones to throw to. So it's like once Derrick Henry does bad, then you have Pro Bowl wide receivers out there they can sling the ball to. And right now they don't need to sling the ball to them because you have Derrick Henry. And there's no point in using those guys because, quite frankly, they haven't actually been playing so great. And it's been Derrick Henry really carrying the load for this team. And
disagree, though. I disagree. I say you use those receivers. And the more you can use those receivers, the more it gets that defense kind of not knowing. They're unstable. They're not knowing which way to go. They can't commit all to Derrick Henry. So once you have a passing game and then you have Derrick Henry who you can hand the ball with, I mean, geez, that really keeps the defense guessing, keeps them unstable. They're not sure. And you're certainly going to catch them off guard, and that's why you're going to see some huge runs. So I do think you got to utilize those receivers you got.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what the heck you're talking about over there. Come on, you've had a long day.
I think you really blew what I said out of proportion, but yeah.
I don't think so. I think you said exactly what you said.
All I'm saying is that Derrick Henry is a generational talent, and you should use him as much as you can.
All right, but you got to still use your receivers.
Right now
you got to still use your receivers.
The way he's been playing is best. Okay, whatever. 4.5 yards per carry. That's all I'm going to say. 4.5 yards. 4.5 yards, and that's what they do. Because now they get a receiver, even though they're not playing great, which they haven't been playing great. That's the truth. They haven't been playing great, but still the defense is guessing, and the defense does have to be on its heels at all time, and that's great for Derrick Henry. But they're not using receivers because they're always on their heels no matter what. Because Julio Jones is still out there. AJ Brown's still out there, and you mentioned the Packers, a team they might meet in the playoffs. The Packers lost to the Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals lost to the Packers. A lot of people chit-chatting about this on social media. Yeah. And here's what I got to say. Firstly, great game from Aaron Rodgers.
Of course, I fell asleep in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and the worst 2 minutes to fall asleep with the game-sealing interception there. Fun fact about the guy who intercepted the ball. He was on the Cardinals last week on the practice squad. They cut him, went to the Packers.
Are you serious?
And it picks off Kyler Murray to win the game.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so little fun fact about him. And life comes full circle.
Not a fun fact for the Cardinal fans, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I just watched.
Hey, listen, the Cardinals were still in it very late. They could have won the game, and they just came up short.
And I think they're prone to getting a loss. There's 18 weeks in the NFL now. You're gonna get. It's all teams. It's okay if you lose one time. It's okay. You don't have to go undefeated. The only one undefeated team has ever won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were invincible.
Who was the undefeated team that made it to the Super Bowl and lost? I forget. I always forget this. What is that fun fact? Yeah, Eli Manning and the Giants. They made it to the Super Bowl and beat the New England Patriots, who were 19-0 or something, 18-0, and they beat them. But listen, I don't want to rub that into the New England Patriot fans because
they had a good week. They put up 54 points and just absolutely trashed on the Jets. But I do want to talk about
beating the Jets. I could beat the Jets.
I do want to talk about Aaron Rodgers though. A lot of people after that game, because he had a great game, are saying, "Oh, he's a top 3 quarterback of all time. His talent, he's more talented than Brady." And here's the first off, that's other baloney. That's actually it's just baloney.
Okay, why is that baloney? Watch your language.
People are saying Tom Brady has been carried by his defenses. I'm just taking a random Super Bowl. I took the one against the Panthers where he won.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, they're talking about how he's better than Tom Brady.
Oh, you didn't say it. Okay.
Anyways, the point is, and I did say that, I think you got
Brady's like number 1, so you said he's in the top 3, Aaron Rodgers.
No. He's not in the top 3, but people are saying he is. Okay. My top 5 is Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Johnny Unitas, and then Otto Graham, who literally won, I think, 9 Super Bowls in 10 years, or 10 for 10.
Not Super Bowls.
NFL championships.
Yeah.
Which are what I call a Super Bowl now.
Nope.
I called them a Super Bowl, though.
Okay, but they're NFL championships. But still, I get your point. Because
now they merged, and it's now called the Super Bowl. The title changed, and the trophy changed because they merged. But still.
See, folks out there, I have to teach them. I'm still teaching them. Always his father.
Listen.
Go on. You're doing a little better.
I'm just saying, though, that guy literally was the greatest winner of all time. He was a better winner than Brady, and Brady may become the best winner of all time, but he does have to surpass Otto Graham. And then Aaron Rodgers does not fit himself into the top 5 to me. He doesn't. He's a top 10 quarterback. I'll give him that, but he's not top 5.
Well, I'll tell you what he's got to do. Aaron Rodgers has to perform in the he's got to win another Super Bowl. He's got to get out there and win it. So he's had some, he's had some tough years here where they've come close and they lost. So let's see what he does this year. He's got the team. It always ends up in the playoffs, and there always ends up being a post-game conference where he's all pissed off at the coach, and
he wants to lead
he's
the
all
team.
cranky and all that. So I get so tired of that. He's a hard guy for me to root for, although he's a phenomenal quarterback. I mean, phenomenal. And I think he actually, it's not crazy to say he's in the top 5. It's definitely arguable, but definitely, obviously, a top 10 quarterback. But we got this week number 8. What do you think? Are we going to go into our picks soon?
Yeah, I just do want to talk about Kenneth Walker III from Michigan State today. He put up a phenomenal day. 5 touchdowns over the number 4 Michigan Wolverines. He led now the 8-0 Michigan State Spartans to a win, a top 10 win. And
so Jim Harbaugh lost today?
Yeah, and it's a great time
shame.
It's a great time to be in East Lansing, because I tell you what, they totally dominate. Kenneth Walker, that's a Heisman winner right there. I was talking about Matt Corral last week. Kenneth Walker was in the mix. He was top 5 in the running. He was floating, but he needed to have that Heisman moment, and he just had his Heisman moment.
Well, let's see. There's still some time left here, and don't jump off the Matt Corral bandwagon that quickly. I know he lost last week, right?
I've been on it for a couple of weeks, but and he said
sounds like you're done with him. Sounds like he's
I'm not done with him. I
out.
just think Walker is.
You put him in the garbage and you took it out.
Walker just performed a phenomenal game, one of the best games I've ever seen from a running back in college football history against a number 5 team in the country. Supposedly the second best defense in the country. I don't think they're second best defense anymore. Wow, he just exposed them in and out like a fast food restaurant, right through him to the house. 54-yard touchdown.
All right, settle down there,
Panthers.
Mad Dog.
All right. So Panthers Falcons is where we're going to start off for week 8. But
well,
first,
hold on. We cannot start off anymore with our picks without a little NFL music in the background.
Okay, everybody, I'm Chris Stanley from Chris and His Dad Show, and this is week 8 of the NFL season. We are going to Carolina versus the Atlanta Falcons. Who you got in this one?
Carolina versus the Atlanta Falcons. This is a dangerous game to even think about.
Two bad teams.
Yeah, they both stink. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons on this. I feel like the Panthers are just spiraling out of control. And, let's go. I'm going to put my money on the Atlanta Falcons.
I really do.
And they're playing in Atlanta.
I always like disagreeing with you, but I got to agree with you on this one. I am going with the Atlanta Falcons. I think Kyle Pitts has been playing phenomenal lately, and while the Panthers are taking steps back, the Atlanta Falcons are moving forward. They're finding their groove, and I'm going with the Falcons.
All right, we got the Falcons. We agree.
Alrighty, now we're going to go to Tennessee versus the Indianapolis Colts. To me, this is not even a question. Tennessee Titans blow them out of the water after a big win from the Colts, 30-18 versus the 49ers, but Titans have
so
a great
they're
spot.
playing in Indianapolis, Tennessee on the road. I'm going to go with, I hate picking against Tennessee, but I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. I got a feeling.
That's shocking. That's
I
shocking.
got a
That's
feeling.
shocking.
I got a feeling.
I got a feeling inside my bones.
Don't do that. It's not how the song goes.
Alrighty, now we're going to Buffalo. Some tables are going to be broken in this one. We got the Bills versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins are not a good football team, to say the least. To be kind, they're not good at football. And guess what? Josh Allen, he's my QB1. I love that guy. He's my favorite quarterback in the NFL right now. I am going to stay true and strong on the Buffalo Bills bandwagon. I love that team, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
going
love
to
that
say
team
Buffalo
for years.
Bills are going to win this by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, now
Put
New
that
York.
in your pipe and smoke it.
New York, MetLife Stadium. I'm going Jets, Bengals. I'm going Joey B. He'll be smoking that New York Jets pack, and the Bengals are going to get the W.
I'm going to go with the Jets, 21 points over the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
You're going to go with
So I make sure you're paying attention.
You're going to go with the Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Bengals cheerleaders over the Jets. How about that?
Okay. Now we're going to Cleveland. The
That's not
Browns
bad, the
versus
Jets
the Steelers. This is actually an interesting game. The Steelers, they're not doing as good as they usually are. They're 3-3. Meanwhile, the Browns are 4-3. You've had a couple of rough losses in there, some losses that could have been W's. I really like Baker Mayfield. I like this Browns team. Baker Mayfield's actually out though. So the question is the quarterback position.
And the Bengals rank high on almost everything. If you look at their offensive numbers and everything, I mean, they have
Joe Burrow, and they just dominated the Ravens. They blew them out of the water.
Yeah.
They blew him out of the water, but
go ahead.
Browns Steelers, I think Nick Chubb will control this game. Keep the Steelers off the ball. Just run with Nick Chubb, and the Browns should get the W.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns on that. I think that's a good, solid pick right there.
Yeah, my only question, though, is that quarterback position. How are they going to play without Baker? Now, Lions-Eagles, again, another toss-up game because the Lions are so bad, but they're getting some momentum. They really came close against the LA Rams, and the LA Rams are amazing. So, what you got?
I got this one. I'm going with the Lions over the Eagles. This is my big pick here.
Well, this is my big pick too.
You're copying me. I said first.
I led you up.
Right.
Dan Campbell's on a roll. Dan Campbell is a passionate coach, and I think the locker room's really
He's
getting
not
behind
on a
him.
roll.
The fans are starting to like him.
0-7. He's on no roll, Chris. Come on.
The fans are starting to like him. That's a role that I'll take.
I'll give you this roll. He's come very close. He's trying his hardest. And I think eventually, just through Murphy's Law, they got to win a game. Right? They can't be worse than the Jets.
Listen, they can't be worse than the Jets. They can't be worse. Okay, there's two defeated.
I'm rooting for the Lions.
There's two defeated teams in NFL history. The Cleveland Browns, led by my former, where is Notre Dame? Notre Dame quarterback Sean Kaiser, and the Dan Orlovsky-led Lions.
No one knows what you're talking about on that one.
I don't think this Lions team are going to go defeated. I'll put the Lions in this game. Rams Texans. I mean, come on, Rams going to win that one.
Hold on, where are you going? You're jumping all over the place.
I'm
Rams,
going to Rams
at Texans.
Yeah, I'm going to Rams Texans.
Okay, Rams at Texans, and who do you have?
Just said it, Rams.
Okay. Don't get all mad.
I am getting a bit mad because I said it. LA Rams going to win.
Stafford, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with myself too. Now in Chicago, the Windy City. I love what they do at St. Patrick's Day, by the way, when they put the Green River.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's really neat.
That is neat.
But it's not neat enough to get a win.
But they don't do that in October.
It's not neat enough to get a win. I think the 49ers have a bit of a chip on their shoulders right now. Chicago Bears offense it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. They begged to put in Justin Fields. Justin Fields isn't even playing good.
Yeah.
Give me the Niners.
Niners.
Patriots Chargers. Now this is a game I want to watch.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a cool game. I love watching Bill Belichick when he is facing a potent offense, a great quarterback. I love seeing what he does because he creates such chaos for opposing quarterbacks, and I think he's going to do it here with Justin Herbert. And him being a young guy and everything like that. However, Herbert's got some games beneath him now, and he's seen a few things, and I think it's going to be really interesting. The Patriots are the weaker team on this, but
so to say.
But it's going to be a tough game. If I'm a betting man, I stay away from this game.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
The Chargers had a rest. They had a bye last week, so they're coming some fresh legs, and they're at home. I think the Chargers are going to win this one, but however, the Patriots are a very good football team. They came 2 points away from the Buccaneers. They've had all their losses have been relatively close.
Yeah, Belichick's
the Cowboys' loss was in overtime.
He's turning it around.
There's the losses. Their record does not actually define how good this football team is. This football team is a lot better than 2-4. They just gotten the wrong end of the stick, and they are 2-4. And that happens to a lot of teams. There's always one or two teams every season that happens to. And unfortunately for Bill Belichick this year, that's his season. I think they're going to go to 2-5 after this game.
This one's a real tough one. If I'm a betting man, I stay the hell away from it. But I'm going to go with the Chargers. But I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm just going to say Chargers.
Yeah, and now this one is one that you might feel a bit more comfortable with. It's the Seahawks versus Jaguars.
What happened to our background music?
It was pausing to the next song.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? On the video.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty bad at this.
On the video, it stops. But this one, the Jacksonville Jaguars are at the Seattle Seahawks. The Jaguars are 1-5. They're not good. The Seattle Seahawks are 2-5. They're without Russell Wilson. Without him, they're no good. And this is actually a game now that I'm thinking about it. My mind's exploding because I don't know who to pick.
I think it's going to be a tie.
It's going to be 0-0.
No, I think it's going to be like 6-6.
It's going to be like 2-2.
No, I'm going to go with the Seahawks because they're playing at Seahawks, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the 12th man will help them out there.
The Jaguars are coming off of a bye week. They just beat the Dolphins in London the last time they were out. And you know what? I think Trevor Lawrence has a chip on his shoulder, and I think they're going to win this game 3-2.
As long as they're
3-2. They're going to win this game.
As long as their coach, Urban Meyer, is not out at the bars partying the night before.
You know what they said in practice after that?
What?
Okay, they all get in a huddle, and they all got like this, and Trevor Lawrence goes, grind on 3. 1, 2, 3, grind.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting.
Anyways.
That went over well with Urban Meyer, I'm sure.
Nah. Anyways.
What are they? What's their record? Have they
1-5. They won. I just mentioned they won in London against the Dolphins.
That's it, right? That's their only win? Okay.
They should just play in London. Just play in London.
Or just play the Dolphins every week.
Yeah, both. Just play in London, play the Dolphins every week.
Yeah, I do definitely think the Seahawks are going to beat them.
I do definitely think the Jaguars are going to win 3-2.
You're crazy.
Buccaneers Saints, New Orleans Saints, home of my favorite Notre Dame quarterback of all time, Ian Book, play like a champion today. However, I do think they are going to fall at the hands of Tom the Goat Brady, and he's going to just take them and eat them alive because he's just so good and he's a winner. And that's what he does best. He wins.
I don't find him to be much of a winner.
He's all right. He's all right. He's lost a few games. He's lost 3 Super Bowls. I mean, come on.
2 of which to Eli Manning.
Okay, every time I mention Tom Brady, he's like, Eli Manning beat him twice? Yeah, I know that. I've known that since I was like 5.
Got to go with the Buccaneers on that one.
Okay.
Definitely going with the Bucs.
Another, toss up here. In Denver, at Mile High, Broncos, Washington.
Tell me something about the Broncos I don't know.
Tell me something, girl. They lost.
I didn't tell you to sing. I said, tell me something about the Broncos I don't know.
They lost 17-14 against the Browns, and they have a really weird quarterback situation going on with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. Their wide receivers are pretty good. They have some young edge rushers, but I believe Bradley Chubb's injured, so that's going to be a tough blow for them. And if I remember right, if he's injured, I don't know if they're going to win this game because that's their main hope nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know though. Washington's a strange team, too. Tell me something about Washington.
They're underperforming this season. They came into the season having the best defense in the NFL. We got this big, strong, young Chase Young. And
how's he doing?
He's doing okay, but they're not doing, as a defense collectively, they're not doing anything like they were last year.
Yeah. So they've kind of...
And their quarterback situation, Taylor Heineke, we loved him for the playoff performance, but he's okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, he comes in sometimes. He's okay.
Yeah. But
it's not like they have a set in stone quarterback situation going on. And if I were them, I would tank. I would get to 2 and what do we play now? 17 games? I would get to 2-15. 2-15. I'd pick up Matt Corral in the draft and go with him. Or Kenny Pickett and go with him.
Well, they're going to have to beat out a couple other teams for that pick.
Not many teams need quarterbacks this year except maybe the Texans.
Yeah.
And maybe the Lions, but there's not a lot of teams needing quarterbacks, and this is relatively a weak draft class, so I don't know how confident teams are going to be on taking quarterbacks this year. So,
well, let's get back to the pick.
I think they could. I'm that pick, Washington versus Broncos, just for the sheer fact it's in Mile High. I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos.
I hate agreeing with you. Broncos.
Although, it's a game. Like, I'm really questioning it.
We're agreeing way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a couple that we disagree on, right?
Yeah, Vikings Cowboys, another interesting game. The Dallas Cowboys, they've had good seasons.
Now, when we make these picks, we have to put aside the fact that we're not really Cowboy fans here. We hate them.
The Cowboys are coming also off of a bye week where they played in probably the best NFL game I watched of all year in that game against the New England Patriots. Trayvon Diggs been playing amazing this season. However, I have this weird feeling that they're going to lose to the Vikings.
Ooh, there's a pick. You're picking the Vikings?
Vikings are 3-3. You have this weird
that's
feeling.
Crazy. I think the Cowboys are going to destroy them. I think the Cowboys are going to destroy them, and then I'm going to destroy you next week when I tell you got that pick wrong.
Vikings have a solid defense, and I just personally
Cowboys are a very good team. Very, very good team.
And if they live up to the hype, they're a Super Bowl contending team. But I think they're bound to fall to a couple of games, a couple of teams. And you know what? How you like that? How do you like that? You like that?
Who are you yelling at?
You like that?
All right, come on.
My name's Kirk Cousins, and I want to know if you like that pick because I love that pick.
We got to get off the air soon so we can get you your medicine.
Okay, I'm not that bad. Come on. Giants Chiefs.
Giants Chiefs. Oh God. Ugh.
You like that?
Chiefs. Nah, I'm just going to say the Chiefs. I'm a Giants fan. They lose all the time. They beat the Panthers. Let's not get too excited. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Unless there's something I don't know. Are the Chiefs not showing up? Do they all have COVID? I mean, what's going on here?
Give me the New York Giants. Give me Daniel Jones. Karma hurts. Karma hurts. People make fun of Daniel Jones left and right. The Chiefs players make fun of
Daniel
They make
Jones?
fun of him for falling. They make fun of him for falling down.
That was a couple years ago. He made a great catch last week.
They make fun of him for falling down. And you know what? Karma hurts.
Daniel Jones. Down, he tripped over the yard line.
Daniel Jones deserves to win. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
You don't win because you're a nice guy
He's
in the
a nice
NFL.
guy. I like him. I like Daniel Jones.
Ray Lewis is a Super Bowl champion.
Dude. He's a nice guy. Come on.
Okay, so you're picking the Giants because Daniel Jones is a nice guy.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm picking the Giants. Here's why. Because Joe Judge knows his job is on the line. And Joe Judge is a hard-nosed individual. He is a hard-nosed individual. He's laying down the law right now at Quest Diagnostics Training Center.
Oh, God.
He's laying down the law. He's telling them the ins and outs of this team.
Why don't you give me some real reasons why they're going to win?
I think the Chiefs are underestimating the Giants. They're going to come in thinking they're going to roll over the Giants, and they're not. The Giants are a team that want to win, and they need to win.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what I think. The Chiefs have lost a bunch of games, right? They're not doing that well this year. They are going to come in saying they're not taking anybody lightly. They have not played well. They're not taking anybody lightly, and I think they're going to absolutely annihilate the Giants. That's my pick.
And that's it for the background music.
Oh, come on, man. You can't just go out like that. You got to,
Well, we're done with the picks, but I do want to talk about something.
Okay, go ahead.
Since the last time you saw...
I kind of like having the background music, but go ahead.
Whatever floats your boat, whatever cracks your ducks.
Go on.
Whatever. Okay, whatever.
Go ahead. Come on.
Okay, my point is, what I want to put out, since the last time they saw us, the audience, the fans, the people...
The person. Go on.
The person behind the screen watching this right now.
The person watching.
We went to Chester, Philadelphia to cover the Philadelphia Union versus Nashville Soccer Club
So
game.
Chris loves MLS soccer. He loves, if you don't know what that is, that's Major League Soccer in America. Got to tell them. And Chris got press credentials to see the Philadelphia Union play versus the
Nashville
Soccer Club. They couldn't come up with a better name than the soccer club. I mean, that's
hey boys,
really.
Hey guys, you want to go out and support the soccer club?
I mean,
that's what it's European. They're trying to Europeanize the Major League Soccer. So all the new teams, instead of having cool names like New York Red Bulls or the LA Galaxy,
names that you like, you're gonna go with Soccer Club,
like the New England Revolution, the Columbus Crew, all pretty good names.
It's okay to be different than England.
Now they just put FCs and SCs. So here's one.
All right, so what'd you think of the game? You got to be in the press box. You got to watch the game. How was the experience for you?
I thought the experience was awesome. I thought they did a really great job. The only thing that was annoying was that big pole right there. They couldn't see half the field because they're like, oh, but otherwise it was a really great experience. And
they gave us a press box where Chris and I sat. We had right on the 50-yard line there, half field, and great seats. The only problem is there was a pole right in front of us, so there were definitely some blind spots. That was annoying. But the chicken was good. They gave us a nice free meal.
Okay. Here's my weird thing about press boxes. The cookies are always so good.
Yeah, you're a little crazy about the cookies.
There's something about the cookies. At the Red Bulls, they were so good. But we've been in a couple of press boxes, and listen, there's still a lot of opportunities coming up. The Rangers,
plenty more press boxes to go to.
Rangers season's coming up. The Knicks season. I'm trying to get one. I'm trying to get one for the NBA. I'm trying to do all the major sports by the time I get out of high school. That'd be pretty cool to cover.
Hey man, you're on your way.
Major sport, and there's a lot. I mean, college football would be pretty cool as well.
Hey, listen, Arizona. The Arizona Coyotes have invited you to come out there, so maybe we can get into their press box.
Yeah, possibly. And I went to Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, and this is the end of the show.
All right. I don't know. Suddenly he became a singer this episode.
Well, that's actually a great time to end because that music just
that actually worked.
That actually worked really well. So, anyways, I'm Chris Daly. If you want to watch more, please go to YouTube right now. And which is the Sports Court. Subscribe to the Sports Court on YouTube, www.thesportscourtblog.com, at the.sportscourt on Instagram. Twitter's Chris Daly 13. I'm gonna put this up on a podcast too. So if the people that want to see it, you could also go to the link and you could actually just listen to this. You could just listen to this off of a podcast.
And then you don't have to see our faces.
That's kind of sad, but sometimes.
All right, let's get out of here. We got to get to dinner.
Deuces. And also, I just want to say it's almost Halloween, so be safe out there. Don't make any bad, stupid choices like Patrick Mahomes' family's been doing lately, posting all this nonsense on social media.
Oh, my God. Would they do something about his brother? His brother is out of control, that
Well,
kid.
not just his wife, too.
Is that like Regis Philbin? He's out of control.
His wife is also posting.
She's obnoxious. Come on.
She should say it counts as a fumble if the receiver, when I was talking about the receiver's not catching the ball, that should count as a fumble for the receiver.
She is intolerable. He's got to... Well, we'll talk about that in another show.
Yeah, we should not talk about that at all. That's an awful thing to talk about. Anyways, Chris, they found sports. We're signing off. Peace.